Live from station WDWL TV in the complex of Studio 22A, we proudly present The Two Grumpies, starring the grumpy old man. Oh, that would be me. And the grumpy vulture. Take your bow. Oh, real good, real good. Did a nice job. Now, back in your corner. Don't give me no bullshit. Back in your corner. Or I'll serve you up as roadkill to the rest of your relatives. Look at the camera. Greetings, friends. And we are in our new studio, Studio 22A, in the WDWL TV complex. What do you think? Kind of nice, huh? Look at that. Oh, we got an official news desk. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, yeah. And we have 3 screens in this studio. Yeah, we're really coming up in the world. Yes, our complex is slowly expanding. This is the brand new studio, Studio 22A. We're getting like, the NBC complex at Rockefeller Center. Well, I wouldn't say that, but would be nice to dream. Oh. Hang on. Grumpy almost screwed up. Trying to get used to the placement of everything on the new console in the studio. Yeah, they actually spent like a buck $3.98 over here. But it is one of 4 new studios that we will be unveiling this week. Not to mention a surprise that I have in store for you later on. But yes, this is one of 4 new studios. So tomorrow, as the complex expands, we'll be showing you the new studios one by one. So we are now in Studio 22A on the 2nd floor of the complex. I don't know why they call it 22A, but hey, corporate does what they want. You know, every time I take a trip to go get groceries, it always seems like there's some goddamn drama. Yesterday, the bitch with the car door. Today, my favorite ginger ale, Seagram's, is on sale. 2 for $1. Where are you going to find a 2-liter bottle of pop today for 50 cents? It's unheard of. Those are prices from back in the 90s. So, 2 for $1, limit 8, okay? I get to the display. There are about, I'll say, 15 bottles left. The sale is over tomorrow. So I didn't expect there to be a mountain of So I'm starting to get my 8 bottles of Seagram's. I've got 2 in the cart. When this big, fat, ugly bitch comes up and she's starting to load Seagram's into her cart. Now, there are about, I'll say 20 bottles. I'm going to get my 8. There's more than enough for her to get her 8. As I'm picking up bottle number 5, this bitch turns to me and says, "Are you going to fucking take every goddamn bottle here?" To which Grumpy replied, "Well, I'm glad you're having a wonderful day." Not what I wanted to say. I was thinking like, "Shut your mouth, you fat, ugly bitch." And she says, "You're going to save any for me?" I says, "Well, if you see the sign, it says limit 8. I'm going to take my limit of 8. As you can see, if you take your limit of 8, there's going to be 4 or 5 bottles left. There's more than enough for both of us. Why are you acting this way?" To which he replies to Grumpy, "Because you assholes always take everything." I turned around to look. I was wondering if there were a line of assholes behind me. It was only me. So I says, "Why are you putting me in a group that I'm not involved in? I'm here getting my limit of 8 bottles of ginger ale. You cannot take more than 8. They will refuse them at the register." "Well, how do you know, Mr. fucking know-it-all?" I said, "Because a woman tried it yesterday in front of me. She had 10. The girl at the register said, 'Sorry, limit 8. And she removed 2 bottles. So I know, limit 8. I'm taking my 8. As you can see, I have 5 in the cart. I'm going to take 3 more. If you take 8, there will be 3 left for someone else. What are you worried about?" "Well, I can take as many as I want." I said, "Well, maybe you can load your cart with as many as you want. You're only going to get 8 at the checkout." So I loaded 3 more. I was going to take 1 more just to piss her off. And I slowly turned to get away from her. And she says, you guys are always such fucking smartasses." Now, mind you, this is the first time I have ever come across this woman. I don't know her personally. I've never had a confrontation with her before. Why is she starting shit with me in the store? Because you know what? If I wouldn't go to jail, I'd have picked up one of them 2-liter bottles and swung it across her face. But I didn't want to waste good ginger ale. Although what I wanted to do was take the lid off one, shake the fuck out of it, and spray it like you see when they in the winner's circle at a Lamar race. You know, they give them that big bottle of champagne and they spray the crowd. Oh, I wanted to do that so bad. I maintained my composure. So, as I got down to the end of the aisle, the assistant manager was there. Now, he had overheard what was going on, but he was with a customer and he couldn't take his time away from it. And he says to me, he says, what was going on over there? Because he knows me. I'm in that store all the time. We talk all the time. And I said, I don't know. I'm loading my 2 liters of ginger ale into my cart, and all of a sudden she accosts me, asking me if I'm going to take everything. I know how to count. It says limit 8. At that point in time, I had 5 in the cart. There were more than enough down there. She could have got her 8, and there would have been 3 or 4 left. I don't know what her fucking problem was. So he says to me, he says, I think I'll keep an eye on her. I says, well, you better, because if she accosts me one more time, one or both of us are leaving in silver bracelets. And I would prefer it not be me. Well, about 5, 6 minutes later, there's a commotion over in the closeout aisle. So they paging the manager to closeouts, manager to closeouts. So he goes over there, and Grumpy, being the nosy asshole that he is, decided to take a walk. So I'm pushing my cart. Who is fighting with another woman but the big fat ugly bitch? And I'm being polite. So I decide to go around the back of the aisle so I can listen in without being seen. Well, there was certain items that were limited, okay? Big sign, limit 4. This big fat ugly bitch is accosting this woman the same way she accosted me. Are you going to take all that? And the woman is standing there going, I'm only taking 4. It says limit 4. What do you... So it appears that this big fat ugly bitch has nothing better to do than accost people in the store. That's all I could get out of it. All I know is, had it been several years back when Grumpy couldn't control his temper, oh, there'd have been some ass kicking going on over there. Well, yeah, for no reason. She just started some shit. And after she got her 8 bottles, there were 4 left. I'm surprised she didn't take those 4, because I would have loved to see a confrontation at the register when the cashier went, oops, sorry, you can't have more than 8. Because I'm sure somebody would have smacked the shit out of her. Oh, people today, Jesus Christ. That's enough of that. yesterday, when I did the playback, I was quite happy with the Amplitank. Yeah, the Amplitank. The Fafine Amplitank. This mic sounds wonderful. It's amazing the quality of the technology that is in this microphone for a very reasonable price for someone starting out podcasting or on YouTube. I love this thing. I decided that this mic and the color changer, I'm going to alternate back and forth. Even though I've got other mics that are my favorites, I think this one and the Ghost are going to become my go-to microphones. I'm really impressed with this thing. Okay, getting on to the main story. I cannot believe the waste that goes on daily with our tax money. Mainly the payment for court translators. Now, you know, if you travel to another country, very rarely is English spoken by everyone in that country. I just had friends that recently came back from a trip to Paris. This was their kind of lifelong dream. They'd been saving up for years. Before they left, my buddy purchased a little translator. It's a neat thing. It's about the size of a small remote control. Or maybe one of them personal tape recorders. You talk into it and you push a button and it translates. You set the language, like he said it, French. You talk into it and you can do a full sentence. And then you push a button and it automatically translates your full sentence from English into French. And then, when the person answers back, you push another button and it translates French into English. Marvelous little machine. Because they don't speak French. And he told me, basically, in order to survive in Paris, you need to know French. Because very few speak English. I have voiced my opinion many times that if you are going to come and live in America, learn the fucking language. Plain and simple. Today, in one courtroom, they were doing arraignments. They had to have a translator for Spanish, Russian, Ukrainian, Farsi, Chinese, Vietnamese, and German. In one courtroom. In one 4-hour session of arraignments. we're paying translators out of our tax dollars because these people refuse to learn English. Now, I can guarantee if you or I went to like Vietnam, we would have to learn Vietnamese or carry a translating machine. You know, other countries don't make amends like, us here. I've watched videos of Americans arrested and being imprisoned because they didn't speak the language. They didn't understand what was going on. And the translators that they give Americans hardly speak English themselves. If you're going to come to the United States, learn the fucking language. This, when this shit started, press 1, press this, if you're speaking Spanish, press 2. If you're speaking German, press 3. They don't do that in other countries. And this is daily. There isn't a day that goes by of me watching these different court videos, and they're all live. All these courtrooms are live on YouTube. And there isn't a day that doesn't go by that they have to have a bunch of translators on standby. Because these people can't speak English. But, do they know how to commit crime? Oh! In this one courtroom today, this Russian guy who has been living here on a work visa was a member of a ring of ATM thieves. And over the span of 4 months, they were able to steal $236,000. $236,000. Group of 4. This went on between 2 different states. This is the way you thank America for allowing you to come here and work? You thank us by fucking ripping us off? Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Everybody wants to come to America. Oh, a better life. Yeah. Because you wouldn't get away with that shit were you over there. Oh, no. And you wouldn't get, a translator or no. Try doing that in your own country. I guarantee. They build a prison on top of you. Or, maybe worse, maybe you would mysteriously disappear. I don't know where he must have broke out. You, you take the generosity of America and then you spit in our face. And then he had the nerve to throw up a big protest when the judge demanded he turn over his passport. Well, he didn't want to turn over his passport because if he had been lucky enough to make bail, oh, you think he'd hang around? Hell no. He'd be on the first plane back to Russia. So they set it at no bond. And the judge said, because the attorney put up a big argument, what do you mean no bond? The judge said, well, here's the deal. As soon as he hands the court clerk his passport, we'll set him a bond. Well, he wasn't too happy about that. I'm not giving up my passport. And the judge said, well, enjoy our jail. And then he told the bailiff, take him away. Let's see how long he sits in that jail before he's willingly ready to hand over his passport and go, oh, yeah. But see, even that doesn't guarantee he'll stay here. You know, these criminal rings, if they were smart enough to divulge a way to literally empty an ATM machine every time they went to it, then they're going to have people that can give them a super nice forged passport. Now, you think if he left here and flew back to Russia, with Russia knowing he's a Russian citizen, they're going to really peruse that passport and go, something don't look right here. No. Welcome home, Igor. $236,000. Yeah, him and 4 others divulged some way of tricking an ATM machine to just keep pumping out money until it was empty. Then they go to another ATM machine, empty that one, $236,000. Hey, welcome to America. Come on in, rob from us. You know, get yourself one of them projectile launchers. Maybe take out a few citizens. And then we're paying out of our tax dollars for translators. If you can learn how to fucking rob us blind, you can learn how to speak our language. As a matter of fact, why didn't you take some of that stolen money and pay to learn English? Oh, just. And that same thing, like when I go to the pharmacy to pick up my medication, there's a big chart that says if you need a translator, just point to the one you need, and we will call a translation service. And there's got to be 100 different. I'm like, if I went to Vietnam, you think if I walked in to a pharmacy, there'd be a big chart like, oh, point to English. No. Oh, this just aggravates the shit out of me. My opinion only. Let me premise that. My opinion. Of course, you know, I'm an old crab-ass fucking senior citizen that's got nothing better to bitch about. Well, I can think of other things, but this is today's bitch about subject. Just irritates the fuck out of me. You know what? My blood pressure's starting to rise. Time to tone it down, Grumpy. Enjoy your new studio. What do you think? This was one of the backgrounds. $4.70. Yeah. Look at it. Same heavy duty polyester, same quality screen print, $4.70. 39 by 63. These are photo backdrops. That's basically what they're used for. In a photo studio, they clip it up on a pole. Basically, it's two tripods with a pole across the top with clamps. You clamp it up there. The model stands there. They take some pictures. Then they take this one down and they put up another one. But it can also be used for Studio 22A in the WDWL TV complex. Yes, we are now a complex. Multiple studios. Wait until you see tomorrow's studio. Oh. I put this one up first because this was the one I really liked the most because it had 3 different screens. It really looks like your nightly news. And there's a desk, a small news desk right here. Or maybe that's a screen holder stand. Let's take a quick look. Whoop, wrong one. This camera drives me crazy. It's a stand to hold the the monitor. And this one's hanging on the wall. And this one's hanging on the wall. 3 different, like a real TV studio. Grumpy's coming up in the world. Now, the one tomorrow is got a completely different screen. I mainly bought that one because it was $4.52. I didn't care for it as much, but I wanted to keep the TV studio type theme. But the one that will be the last one, that's the one I really got a kick out of, because I'm going to use it for, you're not going to see this one until New Year's Eve. Oh, it's hilarious. I've already got the whole thing worked out as to what this studio is and why we're there. I'm not going to give it away. It's hilarious. As soon as I saw it, I didn't care what the price was. It was buy it. Now that one was $5.10. You may not think it's hilarious. I got a kick out of it because as soon as I saw this background, I was like, oh, I'm going to do something special with it. So unfortunately, you're not going to see the last one until New Year's Eve, because Grumpy has decided I'm going to do a New Year's Eve. Instead of early, I'm going to come on maybe about 11 o'clock, and I'm going to have a monitor that hopefully it'll either be in the background where we can see it, or I'll finally figure out how to hook up a second fucking camera. But I want Times Square so that we can see the ball drop at, the stroke of midnight, and do our first annual Grumpy New Year's Eve show. Yeah, it might be the last annual too, but yes, Grumpy decided, against all wishes of management. Oh, they were like, oh, you're fucking nuts. No, no, no. And I said, yes, yes, yes. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. And it went back and forth like that for like an hour. And finally, I wore the CEO down, and he went, oh, Jesus, go ahead, do it. I said, okay, thank you. So, the last backdrop number 5, you will not see until Grumpy does his New Year's Eve special. And hopefully, one way or another, we're going to have Times Square either behind me or off to the side with another camera. One way or another, I'll get it figured out. I got plenty of time. What is it, the 17th? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to go because the way my luck runs. But one way or another, we're going to have Times Square in the background. And Grumpy is going to do a New Year's Eve special show from this number 5 studio. We haven't numbered it yet. Like I say, I don't know why they call this 22A. Maybe they want, like Rockefeller Center with Saturday Night Live. What do they call it? Studio 5B or something like that? Although Rockefeller Center's got studios on every floor of the building, they could afford it. Here we've got a studio on the first floor, one in the basement, one on the second floor, where we're at now. Maybe that's why they call it 22. I don't know why they just didn't call it 2A. But, hey, I'm not going to argue with corporate. They can call this whatever they want. They could have called this Studio XYZ for all I care. But yes, in the WDWL TV complex, we now have added a new studio. Studio 22A. Lights a little bright beaming off my head here. I even toned it down a little bit. I even changed it. It was white. Now it's violet. And it's like I'm under a sun lamp. Well, it's not hot. It's the way it's beaming off my bald head. Hey, no comments from the peanut gallery back there, smart ass. You have to speak vulture in order to understand what he's saying to me. I speak vulture. And he was saying some nasty shit. If it wasn't that I would get reprimanded by the CEO, I'd go back and smack the fuck out of him. But he's my sidekick. I have to be nice. At least I'm not like that one YouTuber that sticks pins in a doll. Yeah. There is a YouTuber that sticks pins in a doll. You won't believe me? Go on in the morning. He's on like at 6:30 in the morning. I think it's Central Time. I think Minnesota is where he broadcasts from. I think that's Central Time. Look it up. Minnesota. Yeah. He sticks pins in a doll. As a matter of fact, he has a little doll and a big doll. And the little doll sticks pins in the big doll. And he's got a shitload of subscribers. Holy fuck. I think he's got like 30, 40,000 subscribers. I'm not sticking pins in my bird. And I've got 51. Maybe I should do that. Maybe it would up my subscribers. Hold the bird and stick pins in him. I guess anything would be worth trying to get more subscribers. But see, I'm not sadistic like that. I appreciate Okay, I somewhat like my sidekick. I think it's unique. Nobody else has ever thought of having a vulture for a sidekick. And then the corporate staff decides to petition to have the road in front of the studio name changed. Yeah. It used to be such and such Boulevard. Now it's Grumpy Vulture Boulevard. He gets a street. I get a driveway. They call it Grumpy Old Man Road. It's the fucking driveway to the studio. It goes from the street to the parking lot. But it does have a formal street sign that says Grumpy Old Man Road. So I guess I should be happy. I get a road. The bird gets a boulevard. Mine dead ends into the parking lot. His connects multiple streets. Who has the pull around here? Not Grumpy. The bird does. Yeah. At least I get to pick my choice of nightly broadcast studios. Yeah, we came upstairs to the brand new Studio 22A. Tomorrow we'll be in the other new studio in our multi-studio complex. I don't know what number that studio is. They're keeping it like a big secret. Oh, you don't need to know. Yeah, but I'm going to be broadcasting in it. We'll tell you the day of your broadcast. Everybody in the complex knows the number of the new studio, except me. I'm not allowed to know until tomorrow. Then they'll tell me what floor it's on. Of course, we only have 3 floors in the complex. We're not no big Rockefeller Center. We have 3 stories. So I'm on the second story right now. I don't know if the new studio's down the hall or if it's upstairs. They'll tell me tomorrow when I come in to prep for the show. Oh, okay. And then I'll take the stairs to the 3rd floor. Yeah, I take the stairs. I don't rate to get one of them key cards for the elevator. No. I have to take the stairs. But guess who has a key card for the elevator? Are you guessing? Are you guessing? Are you guessing? You guessed right. The vulture. Yes, I was wondering how long it was going to take you to guess. I gave you enough hints. Oh, yeah. He rates a key card for the elevator and a key card to the executive restroom. I have to use the one the janitor uses in the basement. Yeah. You can see how much they appreciate me. I told them I do a nightly stream. Your other on-air personalities are lucky to come in once a week and do a show. I'm here every night, 7 days a week. Do I get any perks? No. They don't even buy me microphones. I get, all right, I'm not complaining. I get used microphones from Burbank. Now, I'm not complaining because to me, they're brand new. I look at them as pre-tested. If there's any problems with them, they don't send them. So, and the best part, if Grumpy ever goes to a different studio, like if I get lucky enough to be called to somewhere where they're going to pay me big bucks, I get to take all my microphones with me because they're mine. No, the studio don't own these. Didn't I like that? Maybe I did. Oh, one more item to bitch about. Having to buy a calendar. Back in my day, everybody gave you a calendar. If they had your address, they mailed you a calendar. Every store you shopped at, did you get one of our calendars? Here you go, sir. Not anymore. Everybody's gotten cheap. I had to buy a 2025 calendar. Disgusting. You mean to tell me once a year you can't be generous with your money and give a patron a free calendar? No. I remember back in the day, everywhere you went gave you a calendar this time of year. If you went to the bakery, did you get one of our calendars? Here you go. You go to the hardware store. Did you get one of our calendars? Here you go. You went to the local mom and pop grocery store. Did you get one of our calendars? Here you go. You had enough calendars. You put them in every room of the house, 3 or 4 in the garage, 8 or 10 in the basement. Everybody gave you a calendar. And your insurance man and your local funeral director would send you a deluxe desktop calendar. Now, all of you people my age will remember these. They folded out and they made their own little stand. And the calendar part was always facing you. Then it flipped open, and inside, was a directory. You would write all your phone numbers in it, but emblazoned across the top of the base for the calendar was the funeral home's name and phone number. Big. And your insurance man would send you one too, because he wanted your business every year. Wanted to make sure your policy renewed. You had these nice, neat desktop calendars. Not anymore. I had to buy a calendar. And then see, with all my medical appointments throughout the year, I have to buy a big one to hang on the wall to write in. $10. I had to spend $10, $9.99 plus tax, to buy a 15 by 24 wall calendar. Back in the day, you could wallpaper your wall with the calendars that you got. Like I say, everywhere you went, if you went to the bakery, if you went to the shoe repair shop, oh yeah, back in the day we repaired shoes too, yeah, for all you youngsters. Gargle it, shoe repair shops. And the amazing thing was, 99% of the shoe repair shops were run by little old Italian people. Yeah, little old Italian guys ran the shoe repair shops. You'd go in. Did you get a calendar? Here you go. If you went to the jewelry store, did you get a calendar? Here you go. If you went to the local pharmacy, did you get our calendar? Here you go. By the time you left the shopping plaza, you had a bag full of calendars. Then when you got home, you had a shitload in the mail. Today, no. No one gives away a fucking free calendar for Christmas. Because this was the time of the year everybody gave you a calendar. I had to spend $9.99 plus tax to buy a calendar. And last year, well, I lucked out last year. I got a desktop calendar, one of them big blotter type. I still hang it on the wall. I got it for like $2. This year, I go into the same store that I got the nice desktop blotter type calendar, and I'm looking. Finally, I says to the girl that was stocking, "Do you have any calendars?" "Well, the only thing we have is a daily planner." A daily planner? You mean like a notebook style? Oh yeah, spiral bound. I can't hang that on the wall. Not to mention, and a little tiny, no, I need big squares. $9.99 plus tax for a calendar. Something that was given away free as a thank you for your business this year gift. See, nobody thanks you for their business anymore. Nobody. They don't care. But back in the day, you were appreciated as a customer. Oh, places, they'd give you pens and keychains and calendars, you name it. If they could print their name on it. There was one place that gave away terry towels. Yeah, nice little terry towels with their name on it. Here, did you get a towel? Oh, they were handy. I used to keep them in the car, wipe the windshield with it. Of course, every time you wiped the windshield, you were like, oh, I have to stop there and buy something to show them my appreciation for the free gift. Oh, you got little notebooks, you get, everybody had pens and pencils with their names on them. You'd be at the checkout. Did you get one of our pens? Well, I know. Here you go. Thank you. No, thank you for your business. Now, nobody thanks you for their business, especially with a calendar. I hate having to buy a calendar. When I remember back in the day, everybody gave you a calendar. Everybody. No matter where you went. Sometimes you'd go back and they'd say, did you get a calendar? Oh, why, yes. Well, here, take another one. Mainly because they didn't want to be stuck with a bunch of calendars. But, yeah, I remember going to the gas station. Every time I went to the gas station, yeah, I have a calendar. I've got 7 already. Well, that's okay. Here's 8. You could paper the wall with them. But today, no. And the sad thing is, even the mom and pop businesses, although I know shit's expensive, but you know, if you've got a customer that's been loyal all year long, wouldn't you want to thank them for their loyalty? $89 plus tax. I'll show it to you when it gets here. I ordered it online because nobody had a calendar big enough. What, do you think I'm going to try to hang some goddamn spiral notebook up on over my dresser? I need something that when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, okay, today's the 17th. Do I have an appointment? No. Whew. When you get to be old fucking seniors like us, we have multiple problems. And we have multiple doctors who give us multiple appointments. And we need somewhere to write them appointments. Like a nice calendar. Not no more. You have to buy a calendar. That's as bad. Oh, don't get me started. Here we go. Are you ready? going to a gas station and having to pay for air. Yeah. Back in the day, you'd pull into any gas station, free air. Hose was hanging right out there. Not now. 75 cents for 3 minutes. God forbid it takes longer to fill up a tire. You're fucked. Have to pay for air. Now, I have a compressor. Oh, it's a nice one. Twin cylinder, has a nice dial on it. Tells you how much, when you hook it to the tire, tells you how much is in. Then you set it, and it stops when it reaches the... Sometime when it's fucking 20 degrees out and I need air in a tire, I don't want to be freezing my balls off with my compressor. I want to stop at the gas station and get some air. No free air. Oh, it was different back in the day. Oh, you'd pull into a service station. A guy'd come running out. Can I help you? Yeah, give me $5 worth of gas, please. He'd start the pump, wash your windshield. Will you pop your hood so I can check your oil? Show you the stick. You're good. Okay. Check your radiator fluid. Check your washer fluid. Then came pump your own gas. Now, you have to wash your own windshield. You have to check your own oil. If you can find the dipstick. God, these new cars. Thank God I don't own a new car. And then, the most irritating thing them fucking engineers came out with. Tire pressure sensors. Now I know people are fucking lazy. They don't want to check their air pressure. So as a safety feature, they install tire pressure sensors in each wheel. I go for air yesterday. Now there is one place that has free air. One. The idiot in front of me must have had a couple of sensors that were giving him bad readings. He was driving me fucking crazy. He'd fill one tire, then look at the dash, then put air in another tire, look at the dash, and run around and put air in that tire. Look at the dash. And then put... 20 minutes I'm waiting. He's running around the car. Finally, I got out of the truck and I said, hey, fill one tire and then go to the next one. What does your car take? 34 pounds? Set the fucking machine for 34 pounds. Go to each tire. When it reaches 34 pounds, it'll stop. If your sensor is saying low tire, the sensor's fucked up. Put 34 pounds in all four and get out of here. I can feel my beard growing longer, waiting for you to run around and play games with the air nozzle. Oh, he drove me bananas. When these sensors go bad, no matter how much air you put in a tire, it's not going to read right. I told him, set it for 34 pounds. When it reaches 34, it shuts off. Go to the next tire. When it reaches 34, it shuts off. When you get done, all 4 tires are going to have 34 pounds. Ignore that fucking sensor. Oy vey! I was losing my fucking mind. He was dancing around like a fairy. Jesus Christ, people. He finally set the machine for 34 pounds. Went around all 4 tires. And 2 of his sensors were fucked up. He pointed, look. I said, each tire has 34 pounds. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus. Oh, he was dancing around like fucking Tinkerbell. And then, oh, here we go. End of show. You know, all these new cars have backup cameras from like 2017 on. And every year the screens get bigger and bigger and bigger. So today, I'm coming home from the store. Here's this woman in a very new Honda Accord, backing in her driveway. She start to back in and go up on the lawn. She'd pull out. And she'd start to back in again and go up on the other lawn and pull out. And then she'd back in again and go up on the lawn. I'm doing a slow burn about now. You pull out. Start to back in. She'd go up on the lawn on that side. She'd pull out again. Start to back in, go on the lawn on this side. So, when she pulled out, I blew the horn. I got out of the truck. She rolled down the window. And I said, can I ask what you're trying to do? I'm trying to back in my driveway. I said, do you have a backup camera? Oh, why, yes. I said, here's a hint. You know where your license plate is? She said, oh, well, yes. I said, it's in the middle of the car, right? Well, yes. Okay, imagine your license plate in the middle of the car, lined up with that line in your driveway. It's right in the middle of your driveway. Take the middle of your car and line it up with that line in your driveway. Don't turn the wheels back and forth. You're straight right now. Put it in reverse. Don't turn the steering wheel. And try backing in the driveway. Okay. So she puts it in reverse. I said, now, hold on. Don't turn it. And amazing, the car went right up the middle of the driveway. So when she got it in the driveway, I said, were you paying attention to that screen? Why, no. Why not? That's what it's for. It's annoying. It took everything I could say. But did you learn how to back in the driveway using that annoying screen? Why, yes. Thank you. Don't pull out. I'd like to get home. I really wanted to smash the fuck out of that screen in the middle of her dashboard because she wasn't using it. And she's got a goddamn backup camera. People, they put them things in so you can back up and see what you're doing. Oh, shit. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. If I'd had hair, I would have ripped it out by the roots. And then people wonder, why am I crab ass? Jesus Christ, talk about stupidity. You got a screen as big as a television in the dashboard of your car, and do you use it? No, it's annoying. And then you wonder why, when I come on at night, I do nothing but bitch. It's because I see constant stupidity every single day. With all this technology, you would think people would get smarter. No, they get fucking dumber. My God. You know, back in the day, people couldn't back up because they didn't know how to use their goddamn mirrors. Now, they put backup cameras in the car and a big screen in your dashboard. But do you use it? No, it's annoying. You know what's really annoying? Taking 37 tries to back into your driveway. Oh, she was driving me fucking insane. Pull out, go to back in, crank the wheel that way. Pull out, overcompensate, crank the wheel that way. In, out, in, out, in, out. I bet she put 500 miles on the car just going in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. At this particular time, but I taught her how to use her backup camera. Evidently, when she bought the car, when the salesman was delivering it, he didn't bother to show her that feature and tell her, imagine where your license plate is in the middle of your trunk, and then line that up with the middle of that long line in your driveway. One try. I told her, imagine that. Don't turn the wheel. Your tires are straight. Back up. Amazing. One try. Because she used the irritating screen for her backup camera. What do these people think the engineers put them in for fun? Oh, let's figure out how we can spend more money and jack the price of the car up. Oh, we'll put a backup camera in. That'll raise the price of the car a couple $100. And you know what? They're not an option. They're built in. And some cars have multiple cameras. You can see every angle. Some cars even have a sky cam. You can see the car like from a satellite, and you're backing in on your screen. Oh, it's irritating. Calm down, Bumpy. Oh, I can feel the veins sticking out of the head again. On a lighter note, Crime Talk on YouTube. Check it out. The only reason I keep hawking him every night is he sent me a free mug. I feel he deserves the advertisement. Crime Talk on YouTube. Okay, commercial done. He got his 15 seconds. And boy, is there some caffeine in this coffee. Wow. Yeah. A friend of mine knows I love strong coffee. He sent me a box of Rev. Dark roast coffee with about 6 times the caffeine. Oh, what you, yeah. It doesn't say how much is in there, but oh boy. You know, if it wasn't bad enough I had insomnia, he sends me something with like 8 times the normal caffeine level. It's good coffee, but oh, Grumpy can feel it. Rev. Yeah, it's got me revving all right. Sent to me by a good friend who knows I have one of them Keurig pod machines. Oh, I loved it. Mine's a single cup. You don't waste coffee. Just fill the little tank, pop the pod in, and then Grumpy pushes strong, and then start. I don't think I'll be pushing strong. Well, my first cup tomorrow. I need to wake up. After that, I'm not going to be pushing the strong brew button. I'll be up for a week. Good coffee, but I'll be up for a week. Good stuff. But it's got some caffeine. It's a good waker-upper. But after the first cup in the morning, Grumpy will be no pushing the strong brew button. No. Because I don't want to be up for a month, let alone a week. But it's good coffee. If you see it, buy it. If you like dark roast strong coffee, buy it. off eBay. Just put in Rev, R-E-V-V. It'll pop up. I was going through the different pod coffees, and it's amazing how many different brews of coffee are out there. There were coffees I never heard of. As a matter of fact, I'm going to order a sampler box. It's got like every coffee on earth. 96 pods for like $15. It's a bargain. Green Mountain Coffee, Amazon Coffee, not Amazon as in Jeff Bezos' Amazon, Amazon as in the jungle. I can almost imagine what kind of coffee they grow there. Wow. Oh, yeah. Every type of coffee known to man in this sampler box. I'm going to order one just to see what these coffees are like. Because I guarantee there's probably one stronger than this. Probably the one that comes from the Amazon jungle. I'm going to call it Grumpy's Fun with Pods box. And then everybody's got, like McDonald's. They got 47 varieties of McDonald's coffee. Irish mocha, this, that. And then Tim Hortons, the Canada guy. Tim Hortons in Canada is like Starbucks here. I saw an advertisement. Be like a Canadian. Drink Tim Hortons coffee. Why do I have to be like a Canadian just to drink the coffee? I don't want to walk around going, eh? I'll drink the coffee, but if it's going to make me say eh at the end of every sentence, I don't know if I want to drink it. And I've yet to have. I asked a Canadian one day, how come you say eh at the end of every sentence? He goes, no, I don't. I said, yes, you do. It's like, how you doing, eh? How's your car, eh? He told me, no, I don't. But see, it's instilled in you from birth. You don't even know you're saying it, eh? Now, I got nothing against it. I kind of like it in a way. I just don't want to drink Tim Hortons coffee and then all of a sudden I'm walking around going, eh? But yeah, the advertisement was, be like a Canadian. Drink Tim Hortons coffee. Now, do they have commercials up in Canada that say, be like an American, drink Starbucks? Any of you Canadians that are listening, let me know. Do you have commercials that say, be like an American, drink Starbucks? Like we have, be like a Canadian, drink Tim Hortons. Interesting sales line. Be like a Canadian, drink Tim Hortons. Be like an American, drink Starbucks. I wonder who thought that one up. As a matter of fact, when I first saw Tim Hortons coffee, I was like, who's Tim Horton? And I'm trying to think, is he a baseball player, football player? Because usually that's, you know, who they name their coffees at. Well, they're endorsing some sports star. And then I find out he is the Starbucks of Canada. Tim Horton, everywhere. Now his coffee has come south of the border into America. So, while we're drinking our Tim Hortons coffee, are we envisioning we're like in Toronto or British Columbia? Just asking. Any of you Canadians that are listening, let me know. Do you have Starbucks commercials that say, be like an American? Because we have Tim Hortons commercials that say, be like a Canadian. Drink Tim Hortons. When that commercial was over, I was picturing like a lumberjack with a mug of coffee. Tim Hortons. Then he goes out and chops down a tree. Just thinking. I know Grumpy's mind goes weird ways at times. Just thought I'd bring that up. For any of you Canadians watching, leave a comment in my faceplant page, because you can't comment here. I'm too stupid to figure out how to do it. I'm lucky I can put a stream up at night, let alone comment section, and I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to have the Times Square monitor behind us here. That's my job for now, and if I don't have it figured out by the 30th of December, I'm screwed. One way or another, for the Grumpy's first annual, either it's going to be in a monitor over here with a camera on it or a monitor behind me. That's what I'm going to be working on. And we don't know what studio we're going to be in yet. Whether we'll be in Studio 1 or 2 or 3 or 22A or 64X. But tomorrow, we will be broadcasting from another new studio. So stay tuned. It could be interesting. And tomorrow we'll be using the multicolored Ghost mic. Even though I love the Tank, I like the Ghost mic because it changes colors and it looks cool. And with that, let's find the music. Time to do a closing outro. And friends, we will meet again tomorrow night. And with that, I bid you, and the vulture bids you, a wonderful evening. And we will meet again in a different studio tomorrow night.